Hi everyone, so I wasn't going to film this because I was just doing a couple of little extras to just throw in the basket, the little Easter hamper that I've made for Charlie. So you've seen this tutorial on this one. I've got another one that I'm doing after this one for these eggs. But this one I was just going to do a little case, and I just didn't think I would end up filming it, but I think it's going to end up turning out to be quite sweet, so I am going to film the rest of this. I just picked up this little Paw Patrol egg, and this I'm pretty confident is the same size as the Kinder eggs that you get with your gifts inside. So I'm hoping that, you know, this will fit other eggs that you might have as well. But I think by the time I finished it, it's just going to be a cute little basket that you could probably put these in as well. So this is what I've made so far. This is just one half, and then I've got the other half here, but you're not going to need, I thought I was going to do like a little square basket, but it's now ended up being this cute little, I think, more of a curved thing. I don't know. We'll see where this goes. But you want, at the minute, you're going to want 2 pieces of 1 by 3, and along the 1 inch side, score at 1/2 inch. And just create yourself 2 little hinges. So you can see mine are already stuck on here. So I've done one side. So I'm going to do the other side on here. So what I show you here, you just want to repeat on the other side, and you'll join yours together. I haven't stuck these bits down yet because you might just want to keep it with just the horizontal strips and not add the vertical kind of like woven look or weave look, because you can see they're still moving until I put a little bit of glue on them, but I think it looks quite sweet. So when you've got your hinge, imagine you've got it open like this. Just imagine it's this one here without all of this stuck down, because like I said, I don't need them anymore. And then I've cut myself these strips, which are 1/4 inch by 3. Now the easiest way to cut 1/4 inch, if you've got a trimmer like mine, can you see this 1/2 inch section is just the metal blade. There's no guide for 1/4 inch. If you just take a piece of card and just cut it to a perfect number, so I've got 6 inches there, mine's cut there. I'm actually going to work from this end. A lot of you might know this, but there's always new people joining paper crafts and stuff, so it might help them out. Just drop it down that 1/4 inch. So there you go. I know that's 1/4 inch. Or if you want a really thin piece, you know, you might want 1/8 inch. If you use this side rather than trying to work it out from this end, it's much easier. So you can see there, 1/4 inch, and then cut, and that's your 1/4 inch piece. Rather than trying to sit this, for me it's roughly in the middle of the screw, but you might not get them guaranteed each time, and it's such a small piece in there you might move it, whereas at least this side you've got a lot more space. And then again, just drop it down to the next 1/4 inch increment or 1/2 inch, whatever you're doing. It's quite easy to work from that side rather than underneath the blade there. So I've cut all of those pieces. I might need a few more, but I've just got those for the moment. And all you want to do is add a little glue to the top and the bottom. Be handy if you've got a mat with a grid or something on, just so you can make sure you start off at a nice right angle. And you're just going to sit that right along the bottom so it's flush, and it's up to the fold of that piece there. Okay, and then I'm just going to sit it on a line there just to make sure that is straight. I've got a nice right angle there. And then if you stick one at the top, get those in place like so, and again just use the grid just to make sure everything's nice and straight. So imagine yours is on here, one stuck there and one stuck there. Then I'm going to stick one in the middle, just roughly. You can measure it if you want, but it's a little basket, it doesn't matter if the odd bit's a little bit out. I'm not too worried. Charlie certainly isn't going to be noticing about that. He's just going to be wanting the chocolate that's inside. I can see they're roughly, you know, evenly spaced. And just again, fold that, make sure it's all, you know, going to fold nicely. And then I'm going to pop in the middle of that again. You might want to do 1/2 inch strips on this. You don't have to do 1/4 inch. I just wanted them, you know, quite small because it's a small little basket and gift that's going in there. Again, I can use these now to line up and make sure I've got an even gap. And then do this one, and then just a little bit of glue again, and you'll have tiny little gaps, which is what I want for that basket effect. It's like 1/8 inch gaps, but you can do this on a bigger scale. The hinge is basically the height of the basket, so 3 inches, you know, so that can be any height. It could be 5 if you want, 6. But I think the 1 inch is fine, even if you're doing it bigger. But you could certainly widen that as well if you wanted to. So it's really easy to adapt. I've actually got a few of these tutorials of this kind of similar technique, so I'll put them all into a playlist And most of them I've done at Easter time, because I've done that kind of woven. They're roughly all the same there. If I lay them down, I'm happy with that. Now you might want to keep it like that because it does look quite nice, and you still can't really see the gift behind. So before I stick those in, you then want to add a little bit of glue on the tops of each of those and add your next hinge, like so, and just stick that on. You will then have that piece. But what you will do if you've already got that piece done, like I have, is you're actually going to stick that onto this side, because what I want to do is open it up like this. And there we're going to have the perfect size, very cute little basket for this egg. So I'm going to add my glue like so, and then fold that down and just fold those all over. So if you want, like I said, you can keep yours like this, but I want to add that weave now. So with those final 4, it's up to you whether you start with the top one going over or under. But however you start this one, you want to make sure the next one's the opposite. So I'm going to go under the top one, over the next one, under, over, under, over, under, over, and then under. Just keep that there for the minute. You'll move it around later. And then this one I'm going to start by going over the top one and then under. And you'll feel it all start to tighten. And then under, over, all the way down. And then the bottom one, you can see that's now over the top. That one's under. And then the next one, so that will be under again. So you may find that you just want 3. You can just then space them where you want them. And all you're going to do is add a little bit of glue at the top and the bottom. I just want to get that last one in. So then this one will go over and then under, over, all the way down again. Okay, so now just spend a minute just getting them equally spaced. It's easy to move them. And then all you got to do is where you've got your 2 at the top here, just lift them up ever so slightly. Pop your glue underneath. And then the ones under here, you can see them there. Just pop your glue. Kind of pinch them so they don't move, but pop your glue. And repeat that at that end, and I'll do the other 2 there as well. Okay, so now we can start to bring around those sides. Okay, so what I've done here is I've cut myself, I think I'm going to end up having 2 pieces, but these are 2 1/4 by 1/2 inch, and along the 2 1/4 side you want to score 1/4 inch in 2 and just fold it so you've got your little tabs. And you might want to pop, if you've got the egg with you, pop it in when you stick this down, because it just gives you that shape a little bit better. So I'm just going to add the glue on both sides, and because it's 1/4 inch, it will tuck behind those 1/4 inch pieces that I've done. You just want to roughly get it in the middle. Actually, it might be better for the minute just to do this one, because you'll need to, you might find actually it's going to be better with a ruler. You need to get something in there, but you're sticking it. If I get this one just stuck in place, and I can hold it up and show you, but I can use my ruler to go in this side and push down. As long as it's kind of roughly in the middle, that's better. Yeah, it's much easier, unless you've got really long fingers, just to get down there, just to stick that down. Can you see it sits perfectly behind that one there? Okay, and then you want to go across to the other side until it kind of naturally falls into place. And again, pop it down this way, pop your ruler in, and you can actually really maneuver it quite easily from this angle. Again, just bring it down so the fold is flush with the bottom. Okay, now that would be enough to hold the egg, and then you could just add your little ribbon or whatever. But if you've got maybe something that's smaller like this, then I would do another one. So what I would do is if you want to add more, is I'd cut it in half again, and I would work your way around like this. If you do them a bit thinner, and then that one can go across there, then you could add another one again there. But I think if you maybe put something in a little bit of cellophane, or even maybe leave this, if you've got these, take that off, because I don't need to add any more, but you could just maybe pop that bit at the bottom. I'll just drop them in the net. You can just disguise that piece. See, that isn't going to fall through. I think they're very cute. Right, let me add the little handle. I might put a little bit of, I've got some of this. Actually, I'll take it from here for the minute. I think this would look nice on top as well. you can have it like coming out of the little basket, like the sides of it. Yeah, I think once it's got a little sentiment on it. Okay, so I've cut myself a piece of 1/2 by, it was just scraps, it's 5 1/4, 5 1/2 would be fine. And I'm going to add a little curve into this, and I think I've still got the little puffy stickers. This is what I've been using for Charlie's to decorate them. So I think I'm going to add one of those. But if you take, so just a little glue, just cover about 1/4 inch, and take that back out. Just while I'm doing this, this is going to stick just behind this section, right across the fold. And again, just flatten that in place. I think this would look really sweet in craft card. Look at that, it's so cute. Okay, so I've just added the little full of love. I stuck it on some card, put a little bow there, and then I think I'm going to have these little chicks. Just stick them on the side there. Also added some to the bottom because that was another way to kind of hold smaller things in place. It's just so adorable. I think these would make really cute Easter table favours. So if you're doing an Easter table, having people around maybe for Sunday roast or something, then I think these are adorable. But Charlie's going to love it, and that will sit perfectly in his little Easter basket. Because I've got 2 packs of these, I think I'll sprinkle one just around, just to add a bit of colour into the basket, and then the other tutorial, I'll have those in it. So I hope you've enjoyed this cute little basket idea from me today. Like I said, it's easy for you to adapt, make this bigger, smaller. It's certainly something that you can, you know, adapt for the gift that you have. So as always, thank you for watching. I will have my Easter playlist popping up now, so if you want to check out all the other Easter projects I've made over the years, you can find lots of inspiration there. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed today, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.